folks. Welcome back to Rule of Thumb. Today, I thought I'd bring you along for a quick and dirty pie filling because I'm throwing this together. It's late at night, and I just thought you folks might like to see a quick pie filling, how it comes together. So I thought I'd turn the camera on. So what I got in here, and I'm using the Amish Canning Cookbook, which a lot of you guys have probably seen. If not, I will definitely put a link down below. It is a fantastic resource for canning. So I'm using their apple pie filling recipe on page 136. And what I've gotten here is 5.5 cups of sugar. I used part brown sugar and part white sugar. I've got 1.5 cups of clear gel, which is what you need to use if you're going to can it, which I am. So you don't want to use cornstarch. You want to use clear gel, which is a modified cornstarch, which is safe for canning. I've got a tablespoon, probably a little bit more of cinnamon in there, a teaspoon, maybe a little less of nutmeg in there, and I'm using 7.5 cups of organic apple juice. So I'm going to dump that in there, and I'm going to put this on medium heat, and I am going to stir this until, let's see what exact wording it uses. Combine sugar, clear gel, spices, add water and or apple juice, cook over medium-high heat, stirring constantly until the mixture thickens and begins to bubble. So that's what I'm going to do, and I will bring you folks back when we're at that point. And most likely Josh will be stirring for me by that point, because let me tell you, this stuff gets thick and hard to stir. So I'll bring you folks back when we get there. Okay folks, we're back. I apologize for the lighting, but it is late night and it's dark, so this is the best we can do. But you can see it is thick now and it's bubbling. So we're going to go ahead and add 3/4 cup of lemon juice. Josh is going to keep stirring, and we're going to let this boil for 1 minute. And then we'll fold in the apples. I've got 24 cups of apples, and you can see here, I'll show you, I did wedges. I used my peeler, the kind that you mount on the countertop and spin the handle and it peels the apples, and then I used a core that cuts it into wedges so that they're uniform. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and I'll bring you back when we're ready to jar this up. Okay folks, we're back, and as you can see, I have my usual setup here. I've got a clean hot jar. I had them in my water bath canner staying hot and sterilized. So we're going to go ahead and load these up. Now, one of the things I've learned through both experience and the wisdom of others is that, contrary to what any directions might say, you have to leave more headroom than 1 inch of headspace, because it does expand. And I can tell you from past experience that it does, in fact, expand. So, you want to go to about where the shoulder is. So maybe 1.5 inches, 1 3/4. I'm going to get a Pokey Joe here. So, I'm going to, then I have my extra jar over here for my funnel. Okay, so we're going to poke this down here because these are large apples. Now, the other thing that I did differently from the Amish Canning Cookbook is I did not blanch my apples, because in talking with my bestie Heather, she has tried it both ways, and what I had figured and what she confirmed is that if you blanch the apples, they are pretty much mush by the time you have used them in a pie. So I decided to go with the raw method myself. Okay, I feel like that's about where I want to be. I just maybe want a little bit more of the gel in there. Shake it around. Okay, so can you see where I'm at there? I'm kind of right at the shoulder. of the jar, and that's where I am going to stay. This is one of those things where I'd rather err on the side of caution because I don't want them to explode. So I'm going to take some vinegar, wipe my rim. When you are wiping the rims of your jars with vinegar, as most of us do, 1 jar per wipe, and then either change position on the cloth, grab a new piece of paper towel. Otherwise, all you're doing is moving it from one jar to the next. So, you know, common sense tells you use 1 wipe per, per jar. For me, paper towel is not that expensive, and it's not worth safety. So, there we go. That is a beautiful jar of apple pie filling. And I'm going to get this in the canner. I'm going to fill the rest of my jars, and I will bring you folks back when we have a finished product. Okay, folks, welcome back. And here is the product. So let me see if I can bring this up closer for you so you can see here. I mean, is that gorgeous or what? And you can see how it rose, the level rose from that shoulder all the way up. And that's why it is important that you leave more than ample headspace when doing pie filling, because otherwise it will blow the lids off of your jars. So I'm going to get the rest of these out of the canner. I ended up with 8 quarts out of this recipe. I think probably because I used a bigger cut of apple as opposed to doing, smaller chunks. I did larger wedges, which is what I prefer. So that's good. I ran a full canner load at 7 quarts, and the 8th quart I will use in the next couple days for dessert. And that makes me a happy camper. So I hope you folks enjoyed this video. I hope this inspires you to try making pie filling, or even just making a pie. Either way, I'm glad you joined me. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Come back and see us soon. And as always, I hope you had a great day.